There was a time when we used to have peak WWE Monday Night Raw War episode that kept our interest with peak storylines and character work. Fast forward to this episode of Raw just days before Clash in Paris, the stakes weren't kept higher by WWE. For example, let's look into the first night opener of Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed Brawl. Roman Reigns opened Raw with a powerful promo, reflecting on his career and showing rare respect to Jey Uso. But the mood shifted when Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed interrupted, mocking the tribal chief. The tension quickly escalated into a brutal fight, with fists flying in the aisle and chaos spilling into the ring. Security failed to separate them, leaving the segment on a high note. The crowd energy made this an impactful start, even if the promo dragged in places. And same could be said about Dragon Lee vs. JD McDonough, as the first match saw Dragon Lee face JD McDonough in a fast-paced clash. Finn Balor was ejected early after trying to interfere, setting up a fair fight. Both men pushed the tempo, with McDonough landing a huge superplex before Lee fought back with crisp counters. Dominic Mysterio tried to get involved, but AJ Styles ran out to even the odds, leading to a decisive finish. The crowd was fully behind Lee, and the pace made this one of the standout matches of the night. Now let's talk about Penta vs. Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston battled Penta in a fiery contest following last week's clash with Xavier Woods. Penta dominated early with stinging chops and heavy strikes, but Kofi fired back, even launching Penta onto the announce table during the break. Both men matched each other's energy, with Kingston's agility balancing Penta's hard-hitting lucha style. In the end, outside distraction from Grayson Waller created the opening Kofi needed to land Trouble in Paradise. It was a competitive showcase, though the interference took away from a clean finish. Another repetitive finish like always. Another storyline that is gaining momentum with another fresh match was AJ Styles vs. Finn Balor. In a battle between two former Bullet Club leaders, AJ Styles faced Finn Balor in what fans hoped would be a showstealer. The early minutes featured sharp counters and slick reversals, with both veterans showing their chemistry. Every strike felt precise, but the match ended much quicker than expected. Styles connected with a clean Styles clash and secured the win without Judgment Day interference. The bout was solid but ended before it could reach the classic level fans anticipated. Last but not least, Bron Breakker vs. LA Knight. The main event saw Bron Breakker collide with LA Knight in a chaotic showdown. Before the bell, Reigns attacked Breakker backstage, only for Knight to capitalize once they hit the ring. Knight controlled much of the match until Breakker's raw power shifted momentum with a devastating shoulder tackle. Just as Knight regained steam with a DDT, Seth Rollins caused a distraction, setting Breakker up for two brutal spears to finish the match. The post-match chaos exploded as Jey Uso and CM Punk joined the fray, with Jey shockingly laying out Punk and Knight to stand tall as Raw went off the air. We have covered major Raw segments. Stick around a few minutes to know more about the Up. Dragon Lee's breakout moment. He and JD McDonough put on a thrilling match, and AJ Styles' timely involvement gave it a satisfying finish that set the crowd on fire. The chaotic main event brawl. With Reigns, Breakker, Rollins, Punk, Knight, and Jey Uso all involved, the closing segment had the perfect level of unpredictability to sell Clash in Paris. The down. Roman's promo dragged before the fight. While the brawl with Reed delivered, the long-winded talking segment beforehand slowed the pacing of the show. AJ vs. Balor was cut short. These two could have put on a classic, but the quick finish left fans wanting more instead of delivering a full story. The ugly. Too much reliance on interference. From Waller costing Penta to Rollins distracting Knight, multiple finishes felt overbooked and predictable. Overstuffed storytelling. WWE crammed too many angles into one show, which made some rivalries feel rushed and without proper breathing room. This week's Raw from Birmingham wasn't perfect, but it had the chaos and energy you expect from a go-home show. Dragon Lee shined, the main event ended in mayhem, and the road to Paris feels hotter than ever. Who do you think will steal the show this Sunday at Clash in Paris? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more WWE coverage. Till then, take care, and we are gonna see you next time. Wrestle News Maniacs.